I'm going to say put us through to the Chariho School if they're on the line.
Yes, they are. You're on the air, guys. Go right ahead.
Good morning.
Morning. How you doing?
Good, thank you. And as I understand it, in the room up there at Chariho should be Superintendent Barry Ricci. Barry, good morning.
How are you?
Good, thank you. And Nate Morin.
Good morning. How are you?
Jake Beauregard.
Good morning, guys.
And Tom Longolucco.
Good morning.
And, of course, Coach Corey Downey. We hope he's there as well.
I am. Thanks for having us on, guys.
Very good.
Appreciate it.
Hey, gentlemen, we certainly wanted to offer our congratulations. And that was quite a game. And I'm sure, Coach, why don't you or whomever you want take us through what just happened, from what we had gathered and so forth, was that Burrillville was about ready to celebrate and evidently thought that time had run out and threw the ball up in the air. And what happened after that?
Well, I think, first of all, I think the Burrillville player didn't really throw the ball up in the air in celebration. I think what he was doing is he thought he was wasting time and hoping by the time the ball came down that the clock would go to zero. And I don't know if that was the early celebration piece of the whole event. But I think the one play that kind of gets overlooked in all of this is when the ball does go up in the air, Nate Morin jumps up, catches the ball with about a second left. I'm calling timeout, and Nate's calling timeout as well, but if Nate doesn't call that timeout, I doubt the referees give us 1 second on the clock. I'm not even sure if they're even looking at me at that point in time. And there is, chaos on the floor at that point in time because they have the coaches and players and fans for Burrillville celebrating, and we're just, as we've been doing all year, we never give up. Even when the buzzer goes off, we just still think we have a chance. And when the referees gave us a second, we just quickly drew up a play, and they were confident and relaxed and loose. And Tommy, who finished the layup, even said I guess afterwards I heard that he was going to dunk the ball, which would have been insane. But the perfect pass from Jake, the timeout from Nate, and then the composure to finish. It looked easy, the layup, but in a situation like that, that's not easy. And then the emotion just kind of came all out of us. I mean, I was running around trying to hug anybody, and no one wanted to hug me, so I had to go back to Coach Felicetti.
Oh, that's great. And it switched. The excitement switched. Burrillville was in the process of saying, "Hey, I guess we've got the game," and they started sort of their celebration. And you folks, weren't quite sure, what happened until you called that timeout and got the ball. But after Burrillville realized, what happened, that excitement turned into really sort of disaster for them. But I understand that the compassion that was shown by Chariho to the Burrillville team was real good sportsmanship.
Yeah, I mean, I think, well, first of all, these guys can speak to it as well, but the guys on this team really are who Chariho is about, and they're class acts, and they would never do anything that was disrespectful towards Burrillville. But more importantly, how can you not show them respect with their effort in terms of Burrillville? I mean, they made huge shots. They worked really hard defensively. They're well coached. Obviously they're a great basketball team along with us, and they deserve a ton of respect from us, and they've earned a ton of respect not only from us but from people around this state just with their effort. And they should be really proud of what they accomplished. But the guys that are in this room right now and the guys that are on the Chariho basketball team, junior varsity and varsity, are just really class acts. And I couldn't be prouder to coach a group of guys like this.
Coach, I couldn't agree with you more. And, it isn't, the win certainly is important, but I think you'd have to dissect this because so much went on and really say it's really how you played the game. And, this reflects on Chariho. And what I mean by that you've got the superintendent of schools in that room with you right now, Barry Ricci. But, you have to go all the way back because it was a win-win situation for everybody. You have to go back and say, thanks to the taxpayers who put up the money to make that Chariho school educational institution available to those folks that live up in that area and take advantage of it. And then you have to go to the superintendent and his staff who does the curriculum and hires the teachers and so forth, and then the teachers of the classroom themselves, the teachers in the classrooms. You go down to the coaches and your assistant coaches and the people who are on these teams, the young students and so forth. And when I say everybody's a winner, for someone like Nate Morin to have that level of maturity to realize that while that ball was coming down, to grasp that ball, call a timeout, the coach is doing the same thing at the same time, certainly got the attention of the referees. But when I say that everybody's a winner, it's because of how you played the game. And it really starts all through school and all life. The parents that, are with these boys and the training that goes into it and so forth. I guess you just have to say that it's Chariho, and it's just much deserved, that whole process. And the recognition going national and so forth is certainly well deserved as well. So from here at WBLQ, we certainly wanted to, share our thoughts with you, and because I happen to be involved in the Westerly Community Credit Union Holiday Tournament, started that back 33 years ago, and Chariho has been a part of that, and we've always enjoyed them being a partner in this tournament with us. So once again, thanks. If we can talk to the boys and let us get their experience and their relation. Coach, you pick them out and however you want to do it.
Yeah, I just want to say one quick thing. I like talking, as you can tell. But I told them before, you were talking about the Chariho district and the community. I told them, after we won a championship, how proud I am of them, and it's the second championship we've ever had. But I also pointed out to them how in the stands were teachers, how many superintendents go to not only a championship but a semifinal game. Teachers chaperoning to do the fan bus for the herd, which is a huge part of us winning. And I live in the district, and I have kids that will go to the school in the district, and how fortunate we are to live in this area, because Chariho really exemplifies community, and I think that was on full force this past weekend on Friday and Sunday. So I just wanted to include that, but that's enough for me. So let's start with Captain Nate Morin, who kind of made that first important play to have us win a championship.
So when the play was going on and we had 4 seconds left to inbound the ball and it was stolen, it was I honestly thought that the game would be over then. But then as I saw the kid turn and just throw the ball up into the air, I just made a quick decision, just why not jump for it and immediately call a timeout, knowing that we had one. And there was no chance of me throwing a half-court shot after I caught it. So my first thought was to just immediately call the timeout hoping that there would be some time left on the clock.
And there was, what, just about a second or two?
Yeah, it was the rest put 1 second on the clock.
Yeah, and then of course it gave you an opportunity to for the coach to get together with the team and some players. Now, I listen to the games every once in a while and so forth, and it just was there any thought as to maybe as far as the coach is concerned and so forth, as to you and Beauregard was going to take the ball out, but who might have been loose? Were they looking for a senior, or were they looking? I think Burrowville was trying to cover the people that they thought might get this out of bounds pass and shoot.
Yeah, they were. If you were able to watch it, which I'm sure you've had many media outlets to find it, they were more concerned with a double screen for Morin. They were actually waiting for him on the other wing. So by having that person on the wing, and he wasn't really defending anybody, Tommy was able to have a little bit more space under the basket, and obviously Jake had a an easier pass to make by really not having anybody on him at that point in time. But the play previous to that, where we did try to set a double screen for Nate, I think they thought that was going to happen again, which was actually a smart idea. Nate's a great shooter, and we just, fortunately for us, we had both things set up the way we wanted to, and that's what gave Tommy the space and Jake the space to make that pass.
It really was phenomenal. It was almost like a great storm all came together at once. The time left on the clock, the out of bounds pass to Tom Longolucco, and then him putting it up and so forth, and going in. It just marvelous the way it worked out. And how about Tom? He's only what? Is he a sophomore?
Yeah, I'm a sophomore.
And did you think? Were you ready for that pass?
Well, I've been finishing pretty well the whole game, and I can't say I expected to get the pass. I was kind of expecting it to go to Nate, but then when I saw Coach draw the play up, I had confidence that we could execute.
Oh, that was great. That was great. And I'm so happy that they got such beautiful pictures of that ball going up against the backboard, leaving your hands and coming through the basket. It was just phenomenal and so forth. Well, gentlemen, it was certainly great talking to you here and getting it. And we're so proud and of the whole Chariho area, because in the district, Superintendent Ricci, I just want to say that we've had from time to time Giuseppe Gincarella, who is your principal down at the elementary level, and you did great things there with the playground being built, and the Today Show, they will run that and so forth. So little old Chariho has really been discovered. And I know that one of the teachers in Joe's staff there was a history teacher, and she won a national award. So Chariho was right out there in front. So Superintendent Ricci, congratulations to you as well, and all your people.
Thank you, Joe.
Really appreciate that. Well, gentlemen, I know you've got to go to class here, and we just want to thank you. And again, with all the national publicity, we just thought that we wanted to be locally, because we do broadcast those games. And I know you're playing Westerly tonight, and Coach, to you and your team, good luck, and And to the Westerly Bulldogs, good luck. May the best team win and so forth. And maybe you want to just spend a minute and tell us about that game tonight and the expectations.
I'm going to let Jake talk, if you don't mind. I know Jake has a lot to say. He's pretty involved in the scouting report, so I'm just going to let him talk about the game tonight. And maybe you can talk about that pass for a second or two as well.
Sure.
Thought that play that we ran, obviously fortunate enough for Nate to get that ball and call timeout. And as soon as that happened, I saw them take filing and thinking they won the game, and I never actually thought they actually won it. I knew immediately. I thought for sure we had that timeout. I saw the refs come together, and I knew they were going to give us time. And when I saw them do that, and I knew we had a timeout, I had no doubt that we were going to execute on that play and finish that game with a win, and that's exactly what happened.
Well, it was great. Anyway, as I say, it was a team effort. So, gentlemen, thank you once again, and all the luck in the world, and just continue on. And no matter what happens, that you will be the new 3 players and the coach and everybody else will remember that for the rest of your lives. So enjoy every minute of it.
Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, but thanks, gentlemen, for coming in. Okay, we're going to take that break now.